I traded a Canon R6 and 2 lenses, plus a Sony RX10 Mark IV and some cash for this Sony a7CR. Did I make a mistake?
Oh, hi. You caught me at the amphitheater and I got my new camera with me. Let me share a little bit more about it with you. I got the Sony a7CR, and as you can see, I've got it taped up already. So you know, it's not quite so obvious out in the public domain. So I'm going to share with you some of the things that I do love and the few things that I don't love about this camera so far, having used it for about a week. Let's start with the don't love. One of the things that I don't love about the camera is the viewfinder. It's a pretty crummy viewfinder. I was sitting in my house just taking some test photographs, looking through the viewfinder. It wasn't particularly dark. I think I was shooting about 1/500th at 100 ISO, f11 I believe. And looking through the viewfinder, it was grainy. I mean, not a little bit grainy either. I mean like rice grainy. It was pretty bad. It could definitely be better. And on a $3,000 camera, I would have thought that they might have sprung for a little bit better viewfinder. The next thing that I'm not really fond of, but is definitely not a deal breaker, is the position of the custom one button, which is way up here. And so to get to that button, I don't have a particularly large hand. I think it's more like average, but I really kind of have to just break my hand position to reach that C1 button. And so it's hard to like press the C1 button and the shutter button at the same time. So I have something non-essential attached to the custom one button. Wow. And another thing that I really don't, and it's not that I don't like it. I mean, I love full customization and the ability to do incredible things, but Sony, it's a little bit ridiculous. I mean, I'm going to take you to the menu, and I don't know if you can see that. There are 56 pages of menu items, and a lot of those pages have 7 items on them, and some of those items are customizable. So trying to navigate the menu system on this, I would compare it to trying to figure out your spouse. Trying to figure out the menu system, it's like trying to figure out your spouse. It's going to take a while, okay? Not a deal breaker. Figuring out your spouse is as good as figuring out this camera, probably even better. But as a single guy, it doesn't matter to me. Figuring this out is going to take a while. There's one more. These anchors, look at these. Number one, I'm not a big fan of that style of anchor. It's no big deal really, but if I had a thicker camera strap than that, I think I might be challenged to get it through there. And here's the other thing. What's with the offset? Can you see that? This is higher, this is lower. I don't know. I don't understand the purpose of it. So if you know why they're offset, let me know in the comments below. As far as things that I don't like about the camera, that's about it. I haven't discovered anything else, but if I do, I'll definitely get back to you. Now on to the things that I love about this camera. And one of the reasons that I really focused on getting this camera is the size of it. Let me just show you something. It's crazy. Okay, we got standard American dollar bill, and We'll put it right there. Square it up. It's that big. It's not even the size of a dollar bill. And it's only a little bit taller. Check it out. It's crazy how small this camera is. When I opened the box, when I got this camera, first of all, I looked at it, I was like, wow, that is tiny. And then I picked it up and I was like, and it's a brick. They have stuffed so much into this camera. I mean, it weighs, definitely you could hurt someone with this. Not that I'd want to. In my video about the Canon, I talked about third-party glass, and I love that I have access to third-party glass. Oh my gosh. The lens that's on here right now, small, super tiny, very effective, by the way. This is an APS-C E-mount lens. It's the TT Artisan 27mm f2.8, and brand spanking new, out of the box, $160. Absolutely amazing. In fact, outstanding. That was the primary reason that I got this camera, or that I got a Sony. In fact, I got a Sony for access to glass like this. I got this camera because of the size. It just checks all the boxes. It's nuts. Another reason I got this camera was how easy it is to carry. Hang on, let me put the wrist strap on. Okay, I'm going to spin you around a little bit. And there it is. I have 3 fingers and a thumb on the camera. I've got my index finger free so that if something comes up, I'm out on the street and there's a scenario, it's just that fast, boom. And my finger's already loose, it's ready to go. So this camera is so easy to carry. And there it is, nothing. And the wrist strap is good too. In fact, yeah, that's a $3,000 camera. I got plenty of confidence in that wrist strap. Okay. So yeah, also making it easier to carry around is the way this thumb grip is built. I mean, check that out. I don't know. I always wonder if I'm in focus. Anyway, yeah, look at that thumb grip. I mean, it's grippy. And it fits. I mean, like right there. I mean, it's just awesome, perfect fit. I wish I could explain it like a photograph. Picture's worth 1,000 words. Snap that. The next thing that I love about this camera, where are we at? 4 or 5, I don't know, is all of the access doors are on one side of the camera. So I can hold the camera with one hand and access HDMI, access the card, access the C port, and there's nothing to access over here. Genius, sheer genius. Everybody should get on board with that. Sell a lot more cameras. No, you wouldn't, but it makes it so easy to use. Another genius feat of engineering is the lens release button right here. Yeah, you release the lens with the hand that's holding the camera. I mean, I had the Canon R6, the lens release button was over here, so you were releasing the lens with the hand that you were also gripping the lens with. Engineering fail, if you ask me. So yeah, push the button, take the lens off, boom, done. Put it back on, and done. Anybody use these in a studio? Anybody use a camera in a studio? Okay. If you do, you probably have a dummy battery. and a cord that comes out of the dummy battery. Well, on the Canon, the dummy battery was right here on the body, and it didn't make any sense to me. It stuck out of the body, aimed towards the lens, I think. I don't remember. I don't have the camera anymore because I traded it in on this beauty, which has that cord door on, yeah, on the battery door. Simple, people motivated engineering. It's amazing. I love it. Oh, and finally, the pièce de résistance, 61 megapixel sensor. I've started taking photographs in a different way because of that 61 megapixel sensor. And I'm kind of, you know, that's a topic for a whole nother video. But for right now, suffice it to say that if I see something if I can frame something in a photograph that I want, but there's also the potential for a larger, I don't know, not a panorama, but a wide angle view. How's that? There's a potential in the wide angle view, but there's definitely something in a more zoomed view. I can take this camera, I can snap it, and if the wide angle doesn't work out, I can just crop out to what the zoom would have been and still have plenty of pixels to make it look good online, to get at least an 8x10 out of it, if not more. But this is just about my love of this camera. Oh my gosh. That's my list of loves. That's the basic list, okay? I watched a crap load of videos on not just this camera, but I was also considering Fuji. And Fuji has that feel-good vibe to it, where you've got these filmic settings, you've got these various settings which will automatically adjust the picture. And I don't know if that's a permanent thing or if that's something that you can later take out and remove in post and get back to like an original RAW. I have no idea, because I don't need that stuff. What I need is a competent camera. And so I researched, when I finally decided on this, I researched and researched, watched videos, read blogs, did technical specs, and there was an amazing amount of apathy in the photographic community about this camera. And one of the things that got repeated over and over and over again, and I've got to tell you, like I said, I don't have big hands, but a lot of people complained about not having a place to put your pinky. Well, stick it under the camera. It's not that hard. But people wanted to be able to put their pinky on the grip. So this camera, just in case, this camera comes with an extension. Now, I bought the camera for its size. It is compact. It definitely doesn't look like it packs the kind of punch that it packs. But with the A7CR, Sony included the base, this grip. Now, for the life of me, but I bought the camera for the size, for the life of me, I cannot fathom putting that grip on there, making the camera that much bigger. Plus, I always run with an Arca plate. So, and with the A7C2, this does not come with the camera. And so it is a $100+ add-on to make the camera bigger. Who does that? Ugh. Another thing that I found when I was researching this camera is that a lot of people said that it has no soul, that it's technically competent, but it's not inspirational. They don't see this camera and just want to grab it and go out the front door. Now, I'm exactly the opposite, because I'm a function over form guy, and this camera functions really well. I'm just out over the top, over the moon, feeling good about this. It's not for everybody. For those that want the filmic and different types of exposures, that Fuji's going to suit them well. For those that really dig into the Canon color science, this camera isn't for them. I have never researched a Nikon camera, so I don't particularly know what that is good at. But here's the real deal, is almost all cameras made nowadays are competent. And is this technical marvel going to make me a better photographer? No. No, it is not. But it's going to get me out the door, and it's going to allow me to take my creative vision of what I have framed up, and it will allow me to work with that. But this, I have two lenses for this. I've got the, like I said, I've got the 27mm f2.8, which is on the APS-C sensor. This crops down to 26 megapixels when you're using APS-C. So even at 26 megapixels, this lens makes outstanding photographs. So that's the APS-C. Now, my other lens is, wait for it. Aha, there it is. What are we? There it is. The Sony 2870 f3.5 FE. So this is the full frame 28-70 basically kit lens. And man, I've taken many tens of photographs with this, and it's not perfect, but it's a good lens. So those are my two lenses. But I am so glad to finally have a camera that makes me want to buy expensive glass. But yeah, this camera is capable of making expensive glass look like it's worth it. So, am I happy? I think you already know the answer to that. Peace out, and your assignment's coming right up. Okay, I'm going to do this the lazy way because I'm too lazy to get my mic out. So I'm using the mic on the GoPro. But it's assignment time. And here's your assignment. It's to take whatever camera you have, your favorite camera, the one you like to shoot with, whether it be a little point and shoot, or that ridiculous expensive thing I just showed you, or your phone, whatever it is. Grab a sheet of paper, spreadsheet, however you want to do it, but somehow compile a list of what you love and what you don't love about your camera. For me, it helped me understand and realize that I don't love everything about that camera. Hopefully, it'll help you like it helped me. Good luck and happy shooting.